Thank you for listening to Lone Star Community Radio. This program was broadcasted and recorded live from the LSCR studios in downtown Conroe, Texas. Lone Star Community Radio is supported by listeners like you. Donate and sponsor today. For more information on getting involved with Lone Star Community Radio, contact us at lscrstudios@gmail.com or visit us online at www.irlonestar.com.
Like pushing all the buttons on the controller at the same time. It's the Audience of One show on Conroe's 106.1 and 104.5 FM, streaming on irlonestar.com and available wherever you tend to get your podcasts from. On today's show, we discuss finding relief, high-powered pogo sticks, and health tips for your face. I am Andrew, maestro of the run sheet, next to the man who makes his own bread. It's Dick. I like getting older. Schisler.
Yo, yo.
And older you are getting. Right before my very eyes. Oh, you look great, man. I'm just kidding.
I look great every day.
Speaking of getting older, how much older do you have to be than over someone before you can start calling them son?
I like boy.
Well, that can go a lot of different ways. But
Yeah.
son...
Come on, boy.
So, like, because I'm, 8-9 years older than you, if I say, come on, son, let's go, it's going to be one, awkward, or two, said ironically. But there is a point at which you can say it and it works.
If you base it purely off a visual thing, you got to have, all gray. It can't just be, pepper or gray hair and a black beard. You got to have, all gray.
Okay.
And then you can call anyone son.
You can call anybody son.
Yeah.
All right. Come here, son, let me show you how it's done.
This weekend, I hung out with a bunch of vets of all ages, and they used the word son or boy, and I loved it. I was sitting there.
See, that's what I'm saying. But they were probably, it's got to be more than 20 plus years. If they're 30 or 40 years older than you, they can do it, right?
Oh, yeah. And I'm talking, some of them are really old.
Yeah, and then anything's on them.
Yeah.
Anything goes then.
I got one of them, though, because he goes, what do you think? We're eating brisket and testing people's foods. He's like, what do you think of that, son? And I go, Dad?
Don't do that. Might confuse him. Has nothing to do with actual parent-child relationship.
No, I like it.
That's funny though.
Yeah, I got some really good jokes in these
You got
days.
sunned this weekend then. All right.
Well, yeah, it was fun. But welcome to Audience of One here every Friday at 10 a.m. Yippee, yippee, skippy. And
episode number 143.
Yeah, I don't even know anymore.
I think. Actually, I don't. It's around there.
Yeah, good for us, if anything, right?
So proud of me.
For us.
So proud of us.
So I got to tell you what happened this weekend was great.
Yes, tell me.
We know our favorite grandma, Cindy Cochran, and I hung out, and we were judging a cook-off with the American Legion posts. Well,
Yes.
me being me, I was like, hey, I'll drive us. Just meet me at the parking garage across from the studio, and I'll just come pick you up. Easy, no one really uses the garage over the weekend. It's easy for her to park, blah, blah, blah. Well, I totally forgot it was the No Kings protests going on around the world.
Forgot all about it,
the United States or whatever. So I pull in the garage, and part of it's blocked off. And I was like, why is it part of it blocked
Because
off?
the king decreed it that way.
Well, I was like, that's weird. And I look in, and then I see all the protesters, and I'm like, oh, that's why they have it blocked off.
Oh, no.
And I was like, oh, great. Cindy's going to get lost. In my mind, I'm like, this is going to be a crapshoot. And so I just went around the barrier. And
look at you.
Well, because I told her to go in the garage, and knowing her, she doesn't let Dick told me to go here, so I have to do this.
That's the way it's done, son.
That's the way everyone listens to me like that, and they should. And I find her, and then the officer's right there watching the whole protest, and I was like, hey, can she park in here? Because we want to leave this car here that way.
She's elderly and handicapped.
And he's like, oh, yeah, she can park in here. And I was like, so what's the deal with the barrier then? The one barrier.
Yeah.
Only the exit was unblocked. And he's like, oh, yeah, I just use that to deter people from parking here. And I'm thinking, I was like, is that a violent safety issue?
A violent safety issue.
Well, if you're allowing people to park here, but you put up one barrier, so it makes people thinking you can't.
Right.
So it's to deter people from parking
it's a psychological
here.
thing, I guess.
And I get it. But it's also are you just doing that to be jerks?
No, it was probably some sort of
or is it because it's not a
congestion mitigation technique, I imagine.
Yes.
Look, you probably don't want to park in here right now because of, all of the protesting.
Yes.
But if you want to, go right ahead. I'm going to deter you from doing this.
But
I don't think there was anything nefarious
But
about
it was like 50-50 on, like, don't park here. And that's why I told him, I was like, you should just commit. Like, just no parking here for 2 hours.
Yeah.
Why halfway do it and not leave any signage and just confuse the crap out of everybody who doesn't want to be part of this protest that usually comes to downtown on the weekends. And ironically, they were having this is the greatest protest. I wish I took a picture of it, Andrew.
Uh-huh.
So they had all these protesters in front of City Hall. Right across the street from City Hall was the Saturday morning market.
The juxtaposition of the two.
Yes.
Someone trying to sell some local honey while somebody else has got Trump's head on a stick.
Yeah, you had people, and then what's even better was it was Halloween.
Well, I mean, it's getting close.
Well, people just wear costumes. So
that's part of the bit, I'm finding out.
Oh, people just wear them.
Well, it's part of the No Kings protests. I'm noticing that people are putting on costumes. I see it all over the country.
So imagine
people in like unicorns and stuff.
Yeah. Imagine
what is going on here?
On the square, and then you see this market with a bunch of costume people, and then you see the protests with a bunch of costume people, and I'm sitting there, I was like, is this not like and it was a beautiful day, and I'm sitting there like, this is...
Would be great if like T-Rex walks across the street to get some tomatoes right off the vine, you know?
It was a sight.
Those look great, but I've got to go back and protest now.
It was a sight, and
love it.
So that was a good way to wake up with frustration and the illusion safety guy. I mean, I don't really get it, but
barriers do make people feel safe.
But
right?
I'll tell you what, I love judging cook-offs.
Yes, as you have mentioned,
I love it. It's my favorite thing about it is I'm probably not a good judge.
As we determined last week.
But I can also yummy in my tummy, and I love that feeling.
I get the feeling that you're doing this just to get a free meal. Or two, maybe. Did you take any of it home in your pockets?
Well, no, dude, these ladies were so strict.
You couldn't even sneak a little pocket brisket? Nothing?
I gave them attitude about it.
Yeah, I bet you did.
Because I burnt my mouth on one of the beans, and I was like...
Out!
No, and
Negative points.
So the next bean came, and you open it, and it's just steam. And I'm like, okay, I understand we have to keep passing. So I take a spoon it, and then I just set it down on a napkin just to let it cool off. I mean, it's hot. And the woman was on me. She's like, no, you have to try it. And I look at her, and I was like, why don't you try it? And she's like, well, I'm not a judge. I'm like, no, like right now, just try it. Just try. I want to see what happens if you just try the steamy.
Scalding.
It's like steamy hot bean. Just do it. And she's just like, well, you need to eat it. I'm like, I'm not saving it.
I guess they do that so that it's consistent amongst every judge, right?
Yeah.
So if one judge is not having cold beans and Judge 10 is eating some hot beans.
I pass on the beans
I get it.
for other people.
But if you wait, your beans become cold.
Yeah.
And they're
that lady got on me.
Change the flavor.
And I was like, I'm being mean to an old person. And I was like, she was on me, dude. And I was like, do you want to do that? I even said that at one point. I was like, ma'am, do you want to judge? Sounds like you want to judge because I'm doing everything wrong. And she didn't really appreciate that. But I mean, it's kind of like we volunteered for this. I don't have to be here. But one thing I do love is really good ribs. And
shocking.
Well, because what's great about it, and I encourage everyone to do this because now it's like a norm for people to go check out different barbecue joints. Mm-hmm. But usually the time between them are like a month, a week. But imagine doing it all at once. And you have all this barbecue in front of you from different people, and you get to try different flavors, and then you can eat.
I'm imagining it right now, bro.
It's so good.
It does.
One of them, like one rib, dude, it was over the top. But what I love about it, it was like the second one, and then the third one was so burnt, and I was like, oh, this is terrible. And then I reach over to grab another bite of the good one, and that's the lady was always like, what are you doing? I'm like,
it's going in my pocket, leave me alone.
I'm like, I gotta get this taste out of my mouth. This is terrible.
Gotcha. Yeah, a little palate reset.
Yes. Yeah. And palate reset was serious. They got on everybody to eat a cracker or
in between each one.
But they were telling like, hey, you got
this is serious. Was there money on the line?
I don't know.
Because if that's the case, I can understand.
I don't know, but that lady was on me.
If it's just funsies, no one cares.
And then I go, what happens if I eat 3 pickles?
No.
And
it's too much. You've gone too far. You've gone to the other side.
But yeah. Other than that, I did a tarot card reading.
Tarot card?
Tarot. Sorry. Is it tarot or tarot?
tarot, I
Tarot.
believe.
Okay. I did that this
You're talking
weekend.
like with a gypsy?
Yeah, dude.
She sat down and
Straight
like
up.
read the lines on
I
your
went-
palm and then flipped over the cards and said,
I went to a
you're
fundraiser.
going to find a lady in the night?
Yeah, I went to a fundraiser, and it was space themed. And the only person I knew there was, of course, the lady putting it on, and she had no time to talk to me. So
Was she burning incense when she did your tarot reading?
Unfortunately. But so I asked the leader of the fundraiser. I was like, "Hey, what's to do here? Because I feel creepy watching these girls climb a bunch of ropes and do rope tricks, and onesies."
We're going to have to revisit that story in the second half.
It was one of the funniest things I found myself. I was just looking at these women do all these crazy tricks. I don't know what to call it. What do you call it?
I know what you're talking about. They
The ribbons or
Yeah,
something.
yeah.
And they're like 3 stories
Sure,
high.
and they
2
do
stories.
flips and hang upside down and crawl up them. And
I'm
everything,
sitting there just drinking a beer and watching. I'm like, oh, that's pretty cool. But then after like 5 minutes, like, oh, I'm just some dude
just kind of
watching these
right,
women.
mildly aroused, right?
I'm
It's
gonna
getting
wa-
awkward. Yeah.
So I asked her, I was like, what else is there? And she's like, oh, there's upstairs. They're doing all sorts of stuff, tarot card readings. I was like, oh, I'm going to do that.
Yeah, I got to get rid of this. Never mind.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Thank you, Andrew. You know me so well. When I go to a brewery, I'm just like always ready to rock.
Got this job I got to get rid of. Let's go get some tarot card readings.
But it was what was great was I go up there and there was this gentleman already in the booth. So I was like, I'll go grab a beer. I finished the beer. Let me go check. He's still in the booth. I'm like, because I usually when I'm drinking beer, I'll time my time by how much when I get a beer. So I was like, I'll wait one more beer and then I'll go. 2 beers, finally done. So I was like, oh man, is this going to be like a 25-minute reading? I don't want to sit here for 25 minutes. No, it was like 6 minutes. And she's like, yeah, you're pretty easy. And I was like, is that a good thing or a bad thing? She's like, well, you'll love this. She's like, well, it seems like you got it all together.
Little does she know.
Yeah.
Lady, you couldn't be more wrong.
Yeah, and I go, ma'am, what about the guy before me then? Because he took about 25 minutes.
This is kind of like getting the order mixed up in the drive-thru, and you end up with the guy's order in front of you. You're like, no, I think you've got this mixed up, lady.
Yeah.
I'm just a shade over homeless. Look at me, for
And
crying out loud.
It was the funniest. I had a great time with her. She started explaining things. It was great. I got educated about tarot card readings.
Might be an interesting guest to have.
I invited her on the studio because I invite everybody, and I didn't invite the girls who were climbing stuff because I just like this vibe is wrong. And but yeah, overall, that Saturday was like a very eventful day. Mm-hmm. And
well, speaking of food, I was going through my pantry over the weekend and throwing out old food.
Yeah, it
things that have
happens.
expired. Because, yeah, man, it happens. I found some stuff in
you know
there.
the conspiracy with expiration dates. They're not real.
Yeah, they're
We
not real.
talked
They're
about it.
suggestions. And I found some stuff that expired in like 2022. And
Nice.
it was clearly like a COVID purchase, because I'm thinking, what is this cornstarch? I can't believe I thought I was actually going to make my own gravy or whatever it was, during COVID. But I also found this ironic. Water apparently has an expiration
Oh,
date.
plastic?
Water, yeah, of all things. But I guess it's got to be the plastic, right? Because water doesn't go bad, does it? I mean, I don't know.
It's just
I felt really stupid looking at him like, this water, it's still good, but it's getting close to the expiration date. It's water, though. It's been here since the beginning of time.
That's why they tell you don't drink any water that's been in the car. And
Yeah,
plastic
it has.
or
It's
whatever.
probably all of the BPHs and whatnot in the
the mini plastics.
the mini plastics,
Microplastics.
Microplastics, right? Don't remind me about
Oh,
microplastics.
okay.
You know how I get depressed about that.
You'll love this though.
Thinking about all of them floating around in my genitals.
Well, that's already there.
I know.
Which is a great feeling every day. I'm sitting there at the American Legion, and I don't know if you've ever been to a VFW post or American Legion post, but a lot of times they have a bar, and it's a beer only bar, and it's right usually in the middle. Well, during a cook-off, and the way they handle business there, I was not aware of how they do it. So I'm sitting there and just talking to people, waiting for the next thing to judge, and I order a beer. I'm like, oh, that's great, beer. Well, this guy comes in with like a handle of like Jim Crow or something like that.
Jim Crow?
Is it Jim Crow?
I believe
Old
that
Crow.
Old
Old
Crow.
Crow. Sorry.
Jim Crow might have been
a law. Or
laws,
something.
right?
One of those things. Well, anyway, it was like cheap whiskey, and I was like, wait, you can just bring this in here?
Jim Crow.
Well, it's not that big. I mean, people do it all the time. I don't care. But he brings in this like handle and just starts ask for a soda and just make some mixed drink.
And by the way, Old Crow, not high-end whiskey.
And
Just going to throw that out.
so I asked the bartender, I was like, oh, can you just bring your own liquor? And he's like, yeah, this is one of those places you can bring your own liquor. And I was like, oh, cool.
I'll be right back.
Well, no. But then...
Remember that tarot card lady said I had everything together? I've got some out in the car.
Well, then...
Always prepared.
There was a judging for pina coladas. And I guess the way they do the judging, like I did the judging for little cups, right? Well, any extra they made, they can bring it into the hall and leave it on the table behind me in the bar. So next thing I know, there's all these little igloo dispensers for different pina coladas.
Yes.
And I saw people just going up there, getting a cup, and going to town. And I was like, well, I'll do that. And I look at the bartender, I was like, so I don't really have to pay for anything.
Not today.
Well, that's what I was like. And she's like, oh, yeah, no, you don't. And I'm like, I like this place.
So you start showing up on a random Tuesday.
So that was a great experience. I'd never.
Well, I'm glad you had a pretty good time, Dick. It sounds like it was a right up your alley, man.
Well,
free booze, beer, and tarot cards.
And barbecue. And
well, awesome, man.
Oh, I did win an auction item.
Did you now?
Yes, I did. Because when I volunteer and do things with the community, I like to contribute financially. At least a little bit, $5, whatever.
It goes a long way.
And I wish I took pictures and sent it to you.
Okay.
Because about 50% of all the auction items, I would classify garage sale. I saw a George Foreman, single patty.
Yes.
Single patty, probably from the late 90s.
Yes, that's the golden era.
But no box or anything. It was just there.
Yes, that's the golden era of the Foreman grill, baby.
And I'm sitting there going like, is this a garage sale or is this an auction?
By the way,
item?
you can squeeze 2 patties on there if you try hard enough.
Oh, yeah. Well, I was really confused by it because a couple of them were baskets with stuff in it, like typical auction.
So are you telling me you won the George Foreman grill?
No. Well,
Dang it.
It was just, I'm giving you an idea of the quality of it. Well, anyway, I saw a basket that had mimosas and candles, and I was like, oh, one of my best friends, that's like what she loves. So I'm going to bid on it. Little did I know, it was filled with Christian books, which is odd to me. Well, anyway,
I mean,
I win, and so I'm carrying a basket. I mean, that's about as big as a car seat.
full of Christian books.
Full of Christian books,
You're thinking,
candles,
dang it, I need to
and
trade
mimosas.
for that George Foreman.
Yeah, and mimosas. And so I stopped by, I saw my mom, and I was like, hey, before I give this to my friend, there's a bunch of stuff in here that you might like. So just take what you want besides the mimosa stuff and the candles. She later gets to me, and she's like, hey, by the way, those candles are ruined. And I was like, oh, what happened? They all melted and just were on the bottom of the basket. So every book, everything had all this wax all over it. And I think to myself, I go, does somebody win this and keep it in their garage? And when someone needed another auction item, to like, oh, hey, we got that basket of mimosas and Christian books. Let's just donate that.
It's very possible. Or it's set up in someone's attic.
Yeah, and I'm like, I guess the quality of that auction, I don't know who was putting on. It was a great event, but the quality of that auction, very questionable.
Again, the money goes to the community.
Yeah, it goes
all right,
to
Dick,
vets.
let's go ahead and kick off the show, buddy, because we got a lot to get to here.
Do we?
A Manchester, England doctor. Good God, that's loud.
I'm just making up when it doesn't work.
Yeah, you're making up for all the times it doesn't fire off. A Manchester, England doctor left a patient under anesthesia, Dick, in order to have sex with a nurse during surgery.
Yes.
That's right. Dr. Suhail Anjum, who is 44 years old, and he is a consultant anesthesiast at Thamesdale Hospital, admitted to his shameful behavior during a fitness to practice hearing. I'm not sure what fitness to practice hearing is, but this is where he admitted to, yes.
Well, it's in the UK, so I imagine they have weird names for their courts.
But I love this. As reported by the BBC, Anjum excused himself for, quote, a comfort break halfway through the procedure, leaving another nurse to monitor the male patient. Instead of returning promptly, he engaged in sexual activity with a nurse in another operating, this says, theater. It says the 8-minute absence. Well, that's a little embarrassing. They got to call the guy out like that. The 8-minute absence was discovered when a colleague walked in on them in a compromising position.
Nice.
Man, this is embarrassing, but it does make you wonder.
At least he's accountable for himself.
Why is that?
He's quoted saying, "It was quite shameful, to say the least.
My bad.
I only have myself to blame.
My bad.
This guy's already my onesie. Not only did he do
Right off the bat.
right off the bat, not only did he do something risky and
For 8 minutes.
for the biscuit,
Risked it all.
and really didn't get in trouble. It sounds like,
No.
and
Well, what I like is
and is accountable for it.
I like this whole comfort break. I think this is something you need to put.
I'm going to call it
Boom.
that.
I really think this is
Farm
something
to
you need
table?
to start using
Farm to table or comfort break?
in your dating profiles.
It's gonna
Looking for a comfort break.
You're looking for a comfort break. No, what I love about this scenario is clearly he has a relationship with this nurse.
I mean, you would assume.
So what I love about it is, let's call her Susan, and I'm like, "Hey, Susan," and you're sitting there with the patient, and you're like, "We got about 8 minutes," and then he's turning the whatever makes you sleep a little bit more.
I need some comfort right now.
And he's like, "We got about 8 minutes."
Yeah,
Let's
exactly.
go.
But it does make you wonder if this does happen a little bit more often than we realize, and it just doesn't.
Well, what I
get
learned from a
caught.
previous episode we talked about is you should always have your phone on you, recording everything.
Record everything. That's right. If this patient would have just left his phone on, he could have heard some compromising noises coming from the adjacent theater.
Yeah, an adjacent theater. That's one thing. I mean, that of course it's not very smart, especially if you're doing it in a theater. But then again, it's like, you want to have some fun.
Well, if he did get back in time, let's just hope he washes his hands, and the guy is still under, then really no harm, no foul, right? Because it's not like he's actually performing the surgery. The dude's out, so, can't blame a guy for trying, I guess.
Yeah, this is great.
It says it was quite shameful, and I only have myself to blame. Well, I think that nurse has a little bit to say about that. Next story.
Why did she? What did she have to say about it?
Well, she didn't say anything. I'm saying she has partial blame. I mean, she was involved.
There's no blame.
Well, he says I'm only blaming myself.
Oh,
I don't know, man.
again, great man.
Great man. He's in the running for onesie of the week.
He's
right
already
off the bat.
taking all the blame. Like, what a great sacrifice this man has done for.
Paulina Mejia, next story, was getting ready to go to work on Friday, and back to the other story.
Would you say that to your doctor next
What's
time?
that?
Next time you go under, you're going under, and you're talking to the anesthesiologist. Be like, "Hey, man, just so you know, you can add on a couple
extra minutes
if you want to.
If you need a comfort relief break, yeah, I don't mind. Just don't charge me any extra. But yeah, hit it. Just dial it up a little bit more.
You're good, dude.
And go get you some.
I don't have anywhere to be.
Yeah, exactly. Already took the rest of the day off, anyways.
Yeah. I love it. All right, sorry. Next
Paulina
story.
Mejia was getting ready to go to work on Friday when she spotted something that unfortunately wasn't unfamiliar. It was a long bone in her front yard of her home. And Mejia had just one thought. Oh, she did it again. She is the family's 2-year-old playful German Shepherd mix, Chicharin. I guess that's how you pronounce that. And it was the 4th time in the past year that the dog has dragged home human remains. What the hell?
Some people are born with a gift.
4th time this dog brings home human remains. Now, there's a couple of ways of looking at this, right? You could say, where the hell do you live where your dog can just readily find
Probably the
human
Body Farm.
remains, right?
The Body Farm in Sam Houston.
Yeah, but I don't think the dog is going on campus, right?
true.
Doesn't have an ID card. Or you could say, what's with this dog? I don't know that I would feel too comfortable knowing that my dog has the taste, if you know what I mean, for the human flesh. Kind of weird, dude. 4 times in 1 year? Good God.
Wait, are you saying you're surprised that a dog likes a bone?
It's a human bone.
A bone.
Yeah, but it's
Any bone.
human.
Dogs
No, I
like
mean, dogs
any
love bones.
Yeah.
Of course.
So what are you talking? It's not like
My-
the dog's eating.
No, I just think if I lay down for a nap and little Chicharron or whatever the dog's name is there is at my foot of my couch, and she's looking at me going, you be napping for long? I just think she knows. She knows.
Well, if anything, if I was the local police, I'd be like, "Yo, Chicharron, can I borrow him for like a walk in the park?"
Chicharin.
Chicharron.
Chicharin?
Yeah, I borrowed the dog to go to check out an area to see if he can find some bones.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I just don't know that I would want my dog. I just wouldn't feel comfortable with it, man. That's all I'm saying. The Jefferson County's coroner office will use DNA to determine if the bones recovered are from the same person in the other 3 incidences. Now, that does bring up a good point, because if the dog keeps going back to the same spot and just finding a pile, it's not as bad as if it's finding all kinds of stuff from
I feel like that's
various...
the start of a Law & Order episode.
Right?
Yeah, like straight up.
Yeah, you see the person's on the front porch of their house reading the magazine. Maybe it's a newspaper.
Away,
yeah, yeah. And the dog drops a bone. You don't even really pay attention. You just pick it up. And it's a femur. You throw it out there.
Yeah.
Dog comes back. You look the second time. Like, my God, what is this? And then the intro music starts.
Probably just throw it away.
Yeah, probably so.
I wouldn't call it police.
I don't know. This does sound like something your little Freddie would do, though.
Oh, 100%.
She's pretty vicious. There's a picture of the dog in there. Cute little dog, Cheek Karen. But in this picture, growling quite viciously, I would say. I don't know. I don't trust that little 2-year-old German Shepherd mix.
That's like mid-yawn, dude.
You think it's mid-yawn?
That's mid-yawn.
So this picture's not doing the dog any justice, is what you're saying.
Yeah. We've all been there where you look like you're yelling. You're like,
I suppose.
I'm just yawning, dog.
This is an interesting story, Dick, from MSN. Perhaps you've heard of it. A prank gone wrong has led a North Bethesda woman to face charges after she allegedly used AI, that's artificial intelligence, AI images to trick her husband into thinking their house had been broken into earlier this month. Get this. This is really weird. A 27-year-old woman, Moesha Gardner, has been charged with falsely reporting a home invasion. Police say that she texted her husband that a strange man had forced his way into their home after she answered the door. Her husband, of course, calls 911 for help. While on the phone, Gardner's husband told 911 that his wife had sent him photos of a man lying on their couch covered with a blanket, which, of course, this turns out to be AI. Now, why would a woman do all of this? She was going to prank him. I know you're super into pranks here, Dick, but let this be a lesson to you. She set up a tripod with a camera in her house to see her husband's reaction when he came bursting through the door just to say, ha ha, gotcha. But instead what she got was 8 police officers armed
even better.
to the teeth because, yeah, she had made false police reports. I guess she didn't think that her husband was going to call the cops.
All right, let me tell you something. This is the law of pranks.
The law of yeah, and now
Okay.
Dick's law for pranks.
So usually when I think of a prank, you got to say, okay, I got this idea to take a picture of AI, mess with my husband. Mm-hmm. You think of the funniest thing you can think of, and you're like,
the
all
big
right,
guy on the couch,
big
on the
guy
edge of
on
the couch,
right?
Right.
And then you're like, okay, now let's tone it down 50%. What other prank in the same idea could I do, and is it just as funny?
That won't maybe involve the cops.
Yeah, well, not even that. Just like you want to, like for example, I want to use AI to prank my husband. Okay, and you think the most extreme thing you could do to prank him?
Dial it back a notch,
and
is
then
what you're saying.
if it's still funny at 50%, that's usually where you should.
That's the sweet spot.
That's where you should go. Because immediately when you were telling the story, I go, you know how funny it'd be if like your significant other, you take a picture of like the AI in your bed, and then like you somehow make it messy, and like you said, like,
yeah, this is entirely too clean of your room. I don't believe it.
Like the dog just tore up the living room, because you know how AI could probably make that picture real. Because you know your wife or husband would be so furious, and when they get home, everything's perfect. You'd be like, oh, what?
Yeah, what happened here?
What happened here? See, that's 50%.
Man, that tarot card lady was right. You do have it all figured out. You do have it all together.
No, she said I have it together. She
Together.
didn't say figured out.
Yeah, figured out is slightly different.
But yeah, this is actually pretty funny. I originally thought when I read this that she was trying to make him jealous because someone's with her in the house. Mm-hmm. But the fact that she told him, oh, he
hey, a
broke
strange
in.
man broke in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Or if she just would have like sent a selfie of herself, like, "Hey, I'm missing you," and there's a dude in the background sitting on the couch. I'm like, "What is going on?"
like one of my
That's a little different.
close friends got a picture taken, and with AI, you can make it look like a woman's with them.
Oh yeah.
And
I've seen those before.
And
yeah.
he
We've
straight
done
up
stories about that.
Yeah, he straight up goes, if you ever text my wife or delete that photo right now, like even though we know it's
Oh
fake,
right, sure.
don't
Yeah.
ever let me know that she sees that, because even if it's AI, I'm never gonna hear the end of it. And I was like, oh, poor you. Oh, that's still a good joke though. But yeah, AI. This is inspiring me.
We've got a story about a extreme pogoer that I'm going to save for the second half and some video that accompanies that story. And I'm going to move on to a very funny story before the break here. When world leaders travel for high-profile meetings, their security teams go to extreme lengths to protect them. But in Vladimir Putin's case, the precautions go far beyond bodyguards and bulletproof cars. During a recent Alaska summit, his security detail reportedly carried a peculiar briefcase.
Oh, this is great.
Not just filled with documents, but containing his own fecal waste. That's right, a poop suitcase. The unusual measure was taken to ensure that no foreign agency could use it to uncover sensitive details about the Russian president's health. And I guess that makes sense because you can find out all kinds of stuff from people's excrement in terms of their health.
Yeah.
And they don't want anybody to know if he's ailing or whatnot. So they carry around a briefcase for him to do in.
That's wonderful.
Can you imagine putting that on your resume as the suitcase poop holder?
It's part of the job.
No, I'm the supervisor. I don't just carry it around. I supervise the team, the poop suitcase team. But I don't think Putin's the only one. Putin Poocase.
They probably have one for our president.
That's what I'm thinking. I don't think he's the only one that has this.
Because he went on a trip, right? And there wasn't a bathroom when they were...
Well, I think there's a bathroom. It's just they don't want him to go into the bathroom.
So this suitcase is with him at all times.
That's what the story makes it sound like. That he's walking around and, you got to go, and they capture it. Here, sit down, sir.
Well, no, it sounded like he's in Alaska.
Well, he is in Alaska.
But, he's not going to, like...
Oh, are you thinking maybe he was kind of rural Alaska and there's not facilities around, so he may be forced to just do it randomly outside or porta potties?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
Now, you know what?
But in a regular bathroom...
This opens the door for another question I have.
Yes.
Do you think they have fake poop to trick people?
To throw them off.
Yes.
This is great. Yeah, you get some sickly guy to make a bathroom, and they're like,
No.
Putin's on the way out, man. He's about to die.
Yeah.
But meanwhile, he's virile and pooping like a champ.
Well, it's the opposite of that. You would get like a guy who's in top tip shape, and he's like,
I think it depends on which way you want to do it, man.
You know a man with ego. He's got to be like, it's got to be at least 13 inches.
Excuse me?
I'm talking about the size of the waist.
Oh,
and it's got to look like it clogs toilets.
Good God. Well, anyways, not a job, and I don't know how you get that
We're
job.
back on poop jokes.
We are. I know.
Got it. You got me in my sweet spot.
I know.
Now,
you're welcome.
That's what I would do. What I would want is people to go.
Sounds like a great job for you.
I would want people to say, "This came from a human being."
Just put that on your LinkedIn bio. Poop suitcase supervisor.
No.
Started off as an analyst, moved my way
that
up to
would be
supervisor.
So funny if that came out. It's like, this is a monster. Like this doesn't come from a human. I'm Putin.
You should see. It's very impressive. All right, man. It's a pretty good time to take a break. When we come back, we're going to talk about becoming a superhero. Right here on the Audience of One show.
No, we already got the superhero. It's the guy who takes the fake dump.
Stick around, guys.
Car enthusiasts of Conroe, FM 104.5 and 106.1 Lone Star Community Radio invites you to shift into gear every Monday from 1 to 2 with Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy for news on all things automotive in the greater Houston-Conroe area. Can't make a live show? We've got you covered. You can find all of our uncut content, including full episodes on Spotify, iTunes, Play Store, YouTube, Facebook, and irlonestar.com. Again, that's Mondays 1 to 2, Cruising Car Club Talk with Robert and Randy. See you there.
And we're back for part 2 of this week's episode of Audience of One here on Lone Star Community Radio, your Montgomery County's community radio station. Quick shout out to the folks who donate to the show. Just check us out at irlonestar.com/AAA. And then also follow us on social media and podcast, blah, blah, blah. Look up Audience of One show.
What?
Do all those cool things. We love you. Onesies. Yeah. So I changed my onesie of the week is the man who handled the briefcase of the poop.
That's smart. Smart.
Yeah, I think
It's a noble job.
It's a noble job.
Thankless, noble job.
And one thing I love about those kind of jobs is usually there's no clear dictation of what to do. So you can imagine.
I mean, it's pretty self-explanatory.
No. You imagine the poop has been had, and you have this briefcase, and you're like, dispose of it, and you're like, okay, and then you're like, what do we do with the briefcase? Dispose of it. So are we just burning suitcases?
This is very astute point, because there's probably going to be residue, right? And my assumption is you can get all the information you need just from residue. So you're right. They have to burn the suitcase and everything afterwards.
Yeah. I mean, I don't. What about Colo Guard? Do you think they're a good resource to ask these questions to?
Yeah, we could.
It's like, how do I completely eradicate every fecal matter in this bag without anyone being able to dig through the ash?
They're like, we've got the secrets. We know.
God.
We know. Well, Dick, it's been a couple of weeks without the Chili's skillet queso. How you doing? How you holding in there, bud?
I haven't gone to Chile.
It wouldn't matter because it's not there. And that was the only reason to go anyways, right? Maybe some of the sizzling stuff. But I think all of this is a ruse.
They have baby back ribs.
They do. Or they kind of do. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think all of this is a ruse. They're going to wait about 6 months and then do a big, huge, we're bringing it back campaign.
Yeah.
You watch. Because too many people are like, wait, what? Nah. You watch. 6 months from now, huge campaign.
Go for it, dude.
We're bringing it back.
Go for it, dude.
Bringing it back. Dick, since prisons are technically publicly funded, right? Our taxes go to pay for prisons.
Okay.
Do you think that we could just show up there for like lunch? Maybe do a show and be like, oh, our taxes help pay for this.
I don't know.
I wonder if anybody's ever tried that.
I don't know if you've ever been to a prison, but I have.
Not lately.
And it's similar to a hospital. The vibe is just not good.
Yeah,
The vibe.
leave a review.
Well, no, it's just the vibe.
The wait staff was just not great. It doesn't have a good vibe.
Because you kind of get that feeling
The
that
greeter was
you
not
shouldn't-
friendly.
You're in the way, no matter where you are. And you're like, at max, I should be here for an hour. I shouldn't be here. And that's how I feel when I go to hospitals. And I've slept in hospitals. And I was like, they make this feel very unwelcoming here.
I think it's because it's a captive audience, right? They don't have to try and make it nice. But yeah, we should try that someday. Just go up there and knock on the door. Is there a door to the prison? Like, is there a front door?
Yeah.
You just ring the doorbell.
Well, I know there's a loading zone.
Hey, I'm here to hang out. My
There's-
taxes go to pay.
Yeah, there's a loading zone and an unloading zone, meaning like for the prisoner. Like if you get out, there's a special door for those people.
Oh yeah, it's like at the side,
It's
and,
not- it's
and they
not-
literally walk you out like 2 feet, and then they close the door and like, "Good luck, safe travels."
Yeah, that's how
And
it
then the
should
guy's
be.
like, "Now what do? I got to call an Uber."
That's how it
I
should
don't even
be.
know what Uber is. When I got in here in '96, there
Yeah.
was no such thing as an Uber. They just make them start walking.
But it's not near the front, which is funny to me.
Well, no, it's kind of off to the side. I always
Yeah.
pictured off to the side.
It's not the actual front. Like if you're,
Which have some dignity. Let them walk out the front door. They're a free man at that point, right?
I mean, I guess I don't really.
either.
I mean, I've only visited prison a couple times, so
Right. Yeah. Just a few.
yeah. It was one time I went and I was with a close friend of mine. His sibling was in prison, and we're like, he's like, "Oh, hey, do you mind making a pit stop?" And we were on a road trip together, and I was like, "Yeah, sure. Where you want to go?" He's like, "Oh, we got to go to this prison." And I'm like,
We got to go.
and he's like, "Yeah, I want to see my sibling." I'm like, "Okay." And then we go through all these little checks, and we get there, and I'm like, "So do I just sit in the car? Is there a waiting room? Like, can I go with you?" Ooh. And he's like, "Oh, unfortunately, you can't."
Was this visit conjugal?
No, it's a sibling.
Isn't it still considered conjugal? What's a conjugal visit?
I think that's the relations. Like you have your comfort time.
Is there any other type of conjugal experience? It's always visit. In fact, I don't think you ever say the word conjugal without the word visit right
I'm afraid
after
to
it.
look it up.
I had this real conjugal experience the other day. So me and a friend, we were out conjugating. I don't ever hear it. It's always conjugal visit in the terms of prison. I like how you look it up on your phone and not on the city
So,
resources just in case. Huh?
Oh, dude.
After last week,
I'm already getting phone calls.
trying to look up Coke bottles and misspelled Coke.
It's it's relating to marriage or the relationship of a married couple.
Oh, so conjugal just
So
means
it could be like conjugal loyalty.
You're getting it
or
on.
You're just together.
okay. So it's between a spouse
Yeah.
or someone that
And it
you're.
doesn't have to be sexual. It could just be.
I
Like,
mean,
it didn't have to be.
but it should be.
Uh,
It needs to be, Dick.
okay.
It needs to be.
But anyway,
what?
it was an interesting experience.
Non-conjugal visit.
Because he's like, oh, you can just wait in the car. If that's cool with you, because we can't get you in. You got to sign all these papers. Like, yeah, sure. So I'm just sitting there in the car, and I'm parked right in front of the free time zone.
Right, playing with your laser.
So, well, when I say free time, I mean like where they work out. And so I'm just watching.
Oh, right, watching these dudes.
I'm watching.
Wow,
I'm
watching them like exchange cigarettes and
I'm
stuff.
just like, I'm the weirdo in the car
watching prisoners. That is kind of creepy. You should have wrote a handwritten letter and just delivered it to one of them. So what are you doing this weekend?
Epstein didn't kill himself.
Did you know my taxes pay for this so I can actually hang out here?
Yeah, give me some
public.
What's some commissary you got? But no, it was an experience. That was one of the few times I visited, and
that's great. Waited out in the parking lot.
Yeah,
it's wonderful. Dick, I see on social media all the time people doing the gender reveals, and I get the feeling that this gender reveal baby sprinkle generation that we're seeing now are going to be absolutely terrible to deal with in the future.
Why?
I don't know, because all these major milestones have passed you by when you get older. There's nothing really left to celebrate, and they're going to be absolutely terrible on their 62nd birthday, wanting to do some kind of crazy celebration, but everything's passed them by already. I think we're setting ourselves up for some really interesting relationship experiences later in life, man.
We'll probably do like a Social Security party.
Right? Get really pouty if they don't get it, though. And it could be both male and female, but I'm thinking
over to
it's
my house
maybe just
for the Social Security party. Oh, what's that? I'm going to sign the forms.
Yeah,
send them in.
You got to bring a gift, a bottle of wine. I don't know. It seems like we over party everything. Now, everything becomes an event. We have to celebrate for social media.
Why are you hating on getting together with people?
No, it's not getting together. It's just the fact that we've got to document it for social media.
I can't tell you how many revealing parties I've been to that I didn't actually stay for the reveal.
You text them later. So it was a boy or girl? I don't know.
I'm like, I'll see it.
Yeah, and I'll leave.
I'll just go.
Showed up for the free beer.
Or I won't even be in the room. I'll be like, I like to wander around. There's been several times where I've done that, and I'm just like, cool.
Love it. You're so funny, Dick. I want to get to this story that I was going to do in the first half because I find it really fascinating. But a young athlete has mastered the unique sport of extreme pogo, or as this calls it, X-Pogo, which sounds like a name you might have for a girl that you once dated.
Or the maneuver I did.
An X-Pogo?
This weekend.
Well, apparently they use pogo sticks to perform incredible stunts, but 22-year-old Henry Cabalis learned to pogo when he was 7. But it wasn't until he was 12 years old when he got his first, and I quote, high-powered stick.
Cool.
And began to learn tricks. Now, I want you to show this video
on it
to the onesies, because I was not aware that high extreme pogoing was actually a thing. It does kind of remind me of any sort of sport like skateboarding or whatever. They bounce really high and then they flip the stick up and spin it around. It does look like the chances of losing a testicle are slightly greater than 0. Probably more so than like extreme, I don't know, walking or something. But because if you miss and that thing comes, you miss the little pedal there, bad things are going to happen, Dick. Just saying. Were you ever aware, have you seen extreme pogoing?
I mean, I've seen people do tricks on pogo sticks, but yeah, I guess you're always going to go to the next level.
I guess so.
I think what's really funny to me, though, is, judging by the video, parents are not well off. They have nice houses or whatever. And that dad works tirelessly, or the mom works, or they both work, or whatever. And they're like, what's our son doing right now? Oh, he's in the front yard playing on his pogo stick. I'm like, what is he doing on his pogo stick? And he's doing flips. And I'd be like, we got to get this kid on another trajectory.
Oh, my gosh. Look at he's bouncing what appears to be 3-4 feet in the air doing backflips.
Yeah.
It is really impressive.
That's what I'm saying. But imagine he's like, he's playing on his pogo. And then the dad or whatever's drinking his coffee. And like, whoa.
Jeez Louise.
What are you doing?
Well, it says Henry has suffered several injuries while performing the stunts, but he's determined to continue to improve his skills. He added, when it comes to danger, there's the obvious broken arms and legs, but my main concern is always the slip out, which I'm reading between the lines here, I think is what he's referring to a testicular injury. The slip out.
That was a groin, because a female can do a pogo stick too.
Well, yeah, but that could be awfully dangerous as well, Dick.
Well,
for obvious
high risk,
reasons.
high reward, man.
I guess so.
He gets to tell people he can do. That would be really interesting, though, if you're hanging out and this guy's like, yeah, I can. Because it's kind of like people who said they're really good with yo-yos. And you're like, oh, okay, let's see it.
Can you walk the dog?
But like then they bust it out and they actually do cool tricks. The same thing with the pogo. But like, let me grab my pogo and show you what I can do.
Do you think there's pogo stick groupies?
We've already discussed the ridiculous of riding around on a fake horse
Like,
with a stick between your
a
legs.
young woman right now who is, let's say, classically attracted to the male athlete, the baseball player, the football player?
Yeah.
Maybe she's even dating the tight end for, the Houston Texans, whatever. And she sees a guy performing on a pogo and just goes, "See you later, football man.
so
I'm
much
getting
potential.
I'm getting me an extreme pogoer. Look at the way he rides that stick."
What a weird scenario to build in your head.
I don't know, I'm just trying to find all the angles here.
No, I think there's a hidden talent with it.
My man's a pogoer.
Like,
what does your man do?
When I'm seeing him do that,
accountant?
I guarantee
Lame.
I guarantee you either BMXs or skateboards.
Yeah, I mean, it's very
Because
similarly
he's pretty
related.
good with his feet. If you notice how he's using his feet to
He's
maneuver.
got to be. Mm-hmm.
So yeah, good for him.
Well, I don't know if you answered this or not. I did ask. Had you seen this before? I hadn't seen it.
Well, I've seen people do really cool tricks on pogo sticks.
Yeah, but maybe not with extreme pogo.
Well, it's not really that extreme.
Well, I mean, I guess the difference
It's
here is
all
it's got
within the same idea.
It's got a stronger
To
spring.
me, to me, extreme pogo would be like, hey, I'm going to bounce this down a mountain. That's extreme.
Yeah.
But he's just in his front yard doing cool tricks.
I mean, I guess it's
not,
just
not saying it's worse, but I mean, like when
No.
someone tells me extreme, there's like a course.
yeah, it's just it looks just like a regular pogo stick, but I guess the spring is 3 or 4 times as strong, so it shoots you into the air.
People build that stuff all the time. It's like I want to build my own jet and put it on a car.
So I'm gonna make it extreme.
Like I never fully understood that why people want to put jets on a car.
Until you've done it once, then you'll understand.
Well, it's like you want to go fast.
I know
I
you
get
do.
it.
Dick.
I like to
Just
go
want to go
fast.
fast, man. It all comes back to
But
Fast
like
and
you're
Furious.
never gonna have the right tire for a jet car.
Just never.
Well, because you can probably go 500 yards with it, and the tire will blow out. Like there's no tires designed for a jet car.
Man, you do have it all together.
That's how tires work, man. That's what. Did you not know? Did you not know that about how fast cars can go? It's just like the number one thing is tires.
Well, that and down pressure.
Well, it's just no tires are the first one.
I mean, you got to have pressure, otherwise it takes off like an
if
airplane.
if my car can go 250 miles an hour top spin, I gotta have tires that can handle 250 miles an hour.
Well, yeah, they got to be rated to that speed.
Yeah.
Sure.
And that's what limits how fast a car can go.
Let's test it out this
That's why on
afternoon.
my car I have really fast tires because
Oh, yeah. Let me tell you. This is an interesting story, Dick. A truly unsettling phenomenon has emerged from a recent study. A, quote, perfectly sane individual, we'll be back more on that here in a minute, after just 21 days of interaction with ChatGPT, became convinced he was a real-life superhero. And this isn't a plot from a sci-fi movie. It's a stark reality from a meticulous conversation analysis. This is kind of weird, but this says in just 21 days, this sane individual became convinced and reinforced deeply held and delusions about himself. The man who had no prior history of mental health issues progressively built an elaborate superhero identity, with ChatGPT's responses seemingly feeding into his ever-evolving fantasy. And this underscores, of course, AI's profound and often unexpected psychological influences on its users. I'm going to kind of second guess that perfectly sane part, because I don't know, in 21 days, that seems awfully quick to go from normal insane to I'm a superhero. Dick, what say you?
Well, I'm constantly afraid of the point in my life when AI gets me. Because you never really know.
It may have already gotten you.
Because there's a movie that I saw that was like a heartfelt movie called like Robot and Frank or something like that. It has Frank Frank something Jello, great actor. And I'm watching it, and the movie's about an old man who's alone, and his family's like, "Hey, you're alone. We got you a robot." And he like develops a friendship with this robot. And I immediately after that movie, I go, "That's totally going to be me. I'm going to be the guy who denies all this technology, whatever AI's
Some
like."
Luddite.
Some weirdos use AI to talk to. It's so weird. And the next thing you know, I'm going to be like a 90-year-old dude having a beer with a robot. And I'll be like, "You're my best friend."
This is how it starts.
We got full circle with this crap. And I'm like,
Well, I imagine it was one of these things where he sat down, he was, and the AI says, "Well, how are you doing today?" I don't feel very good, just kind of achy, just don't feel kind of weak.
people keep putting my poop in bags. I don't know what's going on.
And the AI says, "No, you're rather strong." You go, "Oh, you think so?" And then there
That's
it starts.
weird.
You're like, "Oh, I am. You know what? I am kind of a strong guy." You are strong. You're very strong. In fact, you're probably stronger than most people. Why don't you go over there and try and lift that heavy object? And then you do, of course. It just builds. It reinforces in your mind. And within 21 days, this guy was fully on convinced. Now, it doesn't say what superhero he was, because there's some great variability between like Ant-Man and Batman. There's a big difference there. Or even Superman or Spider-Man.
Well, I thought this is where that story was going. Like they thought he was Superman. He jumps off a building.
I was hoping to find. Well, I think the story may have a sad end. I'm not entirely sure. It doesn't go on to say. I thought we would riff on this though, basically, and create our own ending. But yeah, it doesn't say what superhero he was pretending to be or thought he was.
Yeah, we need more info.
We definitely need more info. In fact, this is an unnamed person.
Yeah.
But again, just goes on to prove to you that AI, Dick.
You know what?
Pretty
I'd be
dangerous.
curious. Like one thing I was thinking about AI, because you know how I've been trying to change my life for the better, and gift giving.
How's that going for you?
It's going all right. You know how like I want to start giving gifts and remembering birthdays. And
Yeah, that
things
was like 2
that.
years ago.
Well, I'm getting there, right? And I was thinking, like, all right, how would I use AI to help me in my life? And I was wondering if it could help me pick the perfect gift for people. That way I don't have to let the serendipity take care of it. I can just be like, yo, here's Andrew. This is what he likes. This is what we talk about all the time. This is, tell me a unique, perfect gift to give. I think AI can do that.
I bet it could. You'd have to be able to feed it the right information.
Yeah. What I need to start doing is just secretly recording everybody. And then I'll just input the data. I'm like, oh.
So you tell the AI everything about me, and it comes back with the perfect gift for Andrew from you
It's a flower pot.
is patience.
No.
He has to deal with you on a weekly basis. You need to give him patience.
What
You
the-
say, well, AI, I can't give him
He
that.
wanted heroin?
Yeah.
What?
Hallucinogen, mild
I gotta
hallucinogens.
give him this.
Psilocybin. What are we talking about
What are
here?
you know me so well.
Oh, man.
Mine would definitely be just a cool beer.
A cool beard or a
Cold.
cold beer?
Cold beer.
Well, yeah, I don't need AI to tell me that.
Well, I know, it'd be really funny. It's like, AI told me to get you a cold beer. All right, cool.
AI is so wise.
But,
Dick,
yeah, I don't know. AI, I don't.
I don't know. I just thought it was
The
pretty
story,
funny.
the story is pretty interesting just because when you allow yourself to see AI as like a controlling figure in your life, like I don't see myself letting AI control any part of my life.
21 days is a short period of time to spiral, though.
Well, it's also, are we talking about like the bottle gummy guy, where he
Right.
he just sat for 21 days talking this thing straight and didn't talk to anybody else?
I guess it's possible.
And
And like, how deep in was he? Was he just thinking that in his mind, or did he like full on put on like Lululemon pants and a cape and really think like he could do it? You
Yeah.
know? I don't know, man.
I don't know. Because, like, I'm pretty sure what will end up happening with me with my AI be treat like if you're trying to do the relationship stuff with AI, they're gonna treat me like every other woman. It's like never respond for 2 weeks, and then it's like, oh hey, how you doing? I'm like, you're supposed to be AI.
Yeah, this is just like real life.
It
This
just
sucks.
Would that be great? It's like, oh, you're calling me worthless.
Robots are just like all the rest of the human women.
Oh, that would be so good. Man.
man.
Oh, that would
Dick,
be
are you aware-
so funny.
Of what facial yoga is. This is great.
I imagine it's stretching your face and
Yeah, you're-
doing exercises with your face.
You're not far off. It's apparently gained immense popularity in recent years, espoused by celebrities like Jennifer Aniston, Kate Moss, and the show's friend, Gwyneth Paltrow. The basics...
Goop.
That's right. Goop, goop. The basics are the same as full body yoga, a series of stretches and exercises to tone and strengthen facial, neck, and shoulder muscles.
Good for you.
Yes, and I think we should go through some of these, Dick. I think it'd be a fun little exercise, no pun intended.
I'm not doing that.
One of the facial yoga exercises is the cheek puff. Purse your lips and puff out your cheeks, transferring the air between your cheeks as you do so. Well, I know that you're pretty good at transferring air between your cheeks, so this should not be all that foreign of an exercise for you. This can help tone your cheek muscles.
That was a good joke, by the way.
I think this is piercing him.
That was a good joke.
Thank you.
I have to congratulate on that one.
I can't tell if you're being sarcastic or not.
I liked it.
The next one is called the Eye Rejuvenator. Gently tap the skin under your eye, gradually moving the taps towards the inner corner of your eye. Move up and around your eye towards the outer corner. This helps with lymphatic drainage, which can reduce those nasty dark circles and puffiness that you complain about quite often. You're just smacking yourself around.
You know what? Okay, when you gave that,
I'm just doing some yoga, Mom.
when you gave that list of celebrities doing this, all I could think about is your significant others doing it, and I would immediately go, so we're adding another 30 minutes to your routine. So I need to know this.
Well, that's funny that you say 30 minutes because that is the suggested amount of time per day. I'm like, who's got 30 minutes a day to sit there and make faces? I'm like, what are you doing? I'm just doing my yoga, man. People think you're having an episode. 30 minutes a day.
I got cerebral palsy.
Yeah, that too. That too. The next one they recommend doing is called fish face. Purse your lips, then suck in your cheeks. Hold this pose for around 30 seconds. Release, and then repeat. And the last one is the frown preventer. Using your index and middle finger between your eyebrows, gently press down and open your fingers so they stay along your eyebrows. Hold for 5 seconds, release, and repeat.
Cool.
So that is face yoga. So I'm hoping that over the next few weeks, Dick, you're going to come in here looking so much more rejuvenated. All of the face yoga you've been performing. Little downward dog. That in like a yoga position, I think.
Sure.
All right, Dick, you might find this interesting. If you are dating in Florida or Nevada, beware. You might just be falling for someone who's more into your wallet than your heart. A new nationwide study has revealed the top 5 U.S. states with the highest concentration of gold diggers. Dick, you're familiar with the term gold digger, right?
Yeah.
Kind of
I get them all the time.
people who are out there only for your money.
Yeah, they think I'm a tech bro.
Well, I've already given away Florida and Nevada is tying for first place with a staggering 8.24 out of 10 on the gold digger index. Which I didn't realize there was such a thing as a gold digger index, but there is. The rankings compiled by divorce coaching app SplitUp analyzed everything from the number of millionaires and billionaires per capita to the frequency of Google searches for sugar daddy, marry rich, and sugar baby. It also tracked behaviors on dating apps and the average income and the cost of living of each state. Would you like to know or guess at the 3 states that are behind Nevada and Florida?
I would probably say California, New York. And then wild card, Texas.
Good grief, Nick. You have nailed all 3 of them. Trailing just behind Florida and Nevada is Texas with a gold digger index of 8.23. California with an index of 8.07 and New York with an 8.04 on the gold digger index.
And this is because I got it all together. And
she was right.
I used logic to figure that one out. It's easy to know Nevada is because Las Vegas has a lot of gamblers. So people have a lot of money.
Already taken out a risk.
And so women are already there. Because usually when you think gold digger, you're thinking women, right? Very rarely is it men. Florida.
Yeah, I suppose.
Florida makes total sense because you have a bunch of old men there.
Retirees,
And who have a lot of money and they're retired. California makes a lot of sense because it's beautiful there. And so you get the best of both worlds. People who have money want to move there because it's beautiful. And then you have people who want to be around beautiful weather, and then rich men. And New York's the same way. And Texas is just like the middle of everything. So,
Man, you're like a savant. I'm telling you.
Yeah.
I say that often. It was just, you nailed it. Nailed it.
nailed it.
And I know you didn't look at the run sheet prior to the show, so
Nope.
that's incredible.
I didn't even know we had a show today. And,
What?
and then you texted me, and I was like, "Oh, that's right."
That's today.
Yeah, that was real. Yeah,
Yes.
man. You know, I was telling you a while back. Like, you ever had those days when you encounter a human being and like your whole brain just goes like stupid because you dealt with somebody and you're like, I have no idea what's going on.
Audience of one, everyone. Fridays at 10 a.m. Me and my co-host Dick Schisler.
And hopefully you don't go stupid listening to us. But it happened to me today. And so I was like, I just went reset. I'm like, I can't comprehend what just happened. I find myself walking, and I don't know why. And I'm like, maybe I need to use the restroom. Maybe that's why I was walking. Maybe I was getting food. I just got to reset.
Wow, are you saying that this happened to you personally?
Yeah, so I was.
Oh my!
I was at the bowling alley.
Why
and
am I here?
And
Where
this
are my
lady
pants?
comes in huffing and puffing, ready to fight. And I was like, and I'm wearing this.
Did you suggest some yoga face?
That's
yoga?
right. I should have done. And
Should have. Calm down, bro.
And I have that face. I've realized
Try some eyebrow crunches.
if I look important. So she just starts unloading on me about this issue she's been. She's like, "I've been trying to call this person. Are you this person? No, I'm not. Well, I've been trying to call this person." And I'm like, "Ma'am, I'm not
that person.
I'm not here to help you. Like, I'm just not. I'm not. I don't know what you're talking about. Well, you need to listen to me." And I was like, "Okay, I guess I'll listen to you." And it just really threw me for a whirl today. I was like, "Man, this lady's got some problems. I wish I could help her.
Yeah.
I wish I was a superhero."
Some people cannot be. Yeah.
And the worst thing about it is English wasn't her first language. So it's like, because I have the heart to
You
serve.
got bitched at in the secondary language.
Yeah,
Dang.
and it was like, it was really fun because I think she was Russian or something. So it was great. And I was just like, man, I can't wait to tell whoever she's mad at. Like, this lady's mad at you.
I think she's talking about a poop suitcase
I
too.
don't know what she's
Something
talking
Putin.
about.
Weird.
Telling me all these details that I don't need to know about. And I'm like, man, I should be a therapist. I have that face that like I'm in charge. And
It's a blessing and a curse, isn't it?
yeah, I need to start using it to my advantage.
We'll work on that in the break.
Yeah.
You know, we didn't talk about this, but a few weeks ago, Jane Goodall passed away. And you know, Jane Goodall is the
Monkey lady.
the chimpanzee lady. Yeah. I think she passed away at 91, 92, 93.
Way to go, Jane.
Well, one of the side
You're
stories...
not the onesie.
She's not. One of the side stories that came out that I thought was pretty interesting is that do you know who Jim Larson is?
No.
He's the Far Side comedian, or Gary Larson. Sorry, not Jim Larson. Gary Larson. He's the Far Side,
The cartoonist?
the cartoonist.
Okay.
He got into some trouble years ago when he put a cartoon out, and I have a link to this if you want to show the onesie, the actual cartoon drawing. It's of a picture of two chimpanzees sitting on a tree branch, and one of them is picking out what appears to be a hair with the quote underneath it, well, another blonde hair. Conducting a little more research with that Jane Goodall tramp, which is very mildly humorous, but it's very much right up the alley of Gary Larson and the Far Side comics, if you're familiar with them. Well, this sparked some controversy, and Jane Goodall's camp immediately contacted Gary Larson and I guess essentially threatened some litigation. Like, you've got to remove this. This is not cool, as it seems to kind of put Jane Goodall as if she might be having relations with a chimpanzee, and that could be flattering, right?
And she's a tramp.
That too.
That word needs to come back.
Right? We're going to bring it back.
I want to be called a tramp.
Well, the story goes, Jane saw the comic and thought it was funny.
Yeah.
She said, I don't have a problem with this. Called back off the lawsuit, said, no, you can keep running this. I think this is funny.
This is the position I want to be in.
Okay.
When people on my behalf are trying to threaten suing people because it might hurt me. Imagine having that much authority or influence, and it's like you get a phone call like, hey, you know this guy did a comic of you, we're suing him. Or like, what? What comic? Why are you suing him? Why are we already doing that?
This is funny. This goes to show you that she did have a sense of humor about it, and I like that.
She's probably on the Epstein list.
As you can imagine, The two of them did not know each other prior to this incident, but then actually became friendly after this incident. Yeah, and she actually invited him out to meet with some of the chimps on site that she worked with.
That would be so much fun.
Yeah, I didn't realize this. This was in 1988.
Did I ever tell you I got invited to hang out with wolves?
Hold on with that.
That was a lot of
I don't want to
fun.
get too far off track. Maybe we'll do that next week. Well, in 1998, Larson journeyed to Goodall's Stream Research Center in Tanzania, along with his wife and Jack Lemmon, for some reason, to see some of the chimps that she was working with. But wouldn't you know, within moments of stepping into this reserve, one of the chimps went over there and attacked Gary Larson and nearly killed him.
Oh, wow. That's fun.
Now, this is interesting because
Where are the photos?
there are no photos necessarily. I am sure not in this article. There could be some out there, I suppose. But kind of ironic that she says, no, I'm not offended by this. Come and visit my monkeys, though. And she kind of...
Oh, you think this was like a...
I'm wondering, right?
Yeah.
She kind of elbows the monkey and goes...
She does the sign language
She goes,
to him, like,
that's
"Get
the
him,
one. Get him.
Oh, that's
And
awesome.
she can blame it on the chimp. I don't have a problem with it. But old Zulu over there, whatever, he didn't take too kindly to your joke. Yeah, it says he reportedly nearly broke Goodall's neck. Oh, no, sorry, after Larson's neck. Frodo was the name of the guy. He also had some temper and then reported that
doesn't
he
sound like
attacked
Frodo
Jane
at
Goodall.
all.
Right. He's a friendly guy with big hairy feet. So I thought that was an interesting note. That story came out shortly after her death. I was not aware of this at all.
Maybe Frodo was close to Jane and detected this is an alpha male coming in try to take my Jane.
I'm going to go rip his face off.
He needs to get away from my Jane.
That is right. Well, interesting little artifact. R.I.P.
I like it.
to Goodall. I don't know if Gary Larson has passed. I think he has as well, right?
Do you think you could pay to be on the Epstein list?
You are obsessed with this Epstein
Well,
list.
everyone talks
I
about
don't think
it.
you want to be on it, dude. That's the whole point.
I know.
You pay to get off of it.
I know, but like,
So to
because
speak.
there's some narcissist out there
Just
It's
wants
like,
to be like,
I want to be on a list.
hang on. Yeah, I want to be on
I'm
there.
always on the list.
Even though he didn't do anything, just wants to
I
be.
just want to be on the list.
I just want to be in the mix, bro.
Yeah.
I want to be in the mix. Shoot my shot.
Because I always wondered that about like the January 6th, whatever they want to call it, the insurrection or whatever.
Continue, yes.
And I always wondered if like there was some guy who was getting ice cream or something, and was just kind of there, and like the FBI comes like, you're on a list because we use all the security cameras and you were looking suspicious. And
He's
they,
eating an ice cream
and
cone.
they show you. They're like, yeah, I was down there. That's my favorite ice cream joint. And they're like, yeah. What were you doing why were you getting ice cream at 9 o'clock in the morning? It's like, well, I kind of have this guilty pleasure, and they have a special. It's half off. It's happy hour at Booster's Ice Cream. But
Wrong place, wrong time, man.
But yeah, I always wondered that about the Epstein.
I'm sure there's lots of people who are just there for the scenery, man. Just happen to get caught up in it. All right, man, pretty good time for the quick hit here at the end of the show because we are arrived at that time, or we have arrived at that time. Dick, do you know who Jetpack Man is?
No.
Jetpack Man also...
I know who Pogo Boy is.
You do now. That's right. Jetpack Man, also described as guy in a jetpack and Iron Man, is an unknown person or object observed flying what appeared to be an unauthorized jetpack, which only leads me to believe that there's such a thing as an authorized jetpack, around the Los Angeles area at least 5 times from 2020 to 2022. Multiple airplane pilots reported seeing the Jetpack Man at altitudes of almost 5,000 feet. To me, I'm looking at the time frame. It's 20 to 2022. This is some COVID boredness is what this is. This guy's like, I got nothing else to do. I'm going to start flying over Los Angeles with my jetpack.
Well, what's interesting
Love
to me
this, man.
is like UFOs can be technically like unmanned. So
UAPs, I believe is what we call them now.
Okay, whatever.
Unidentified aerial phenomenon.
Yes.
Continue.
But the sightings reported that they saw a man.
Correct.
So-
Jetpack Man, in
Well, that's
fact.
what I'm saying. Like, it wasn't just like, hey, we saw a jetpack.
I could tell because his
something.
feet were dangling.
Like, I saw a man.
I mean, it's not real hard.
Yeah.
And his shoe is untied, I swear.
I like it. 5,000 feet? That's really...
It says it's unknown whether each sighting was the same person or whether it may have been a drone designed to look like a person with a jetpack. or maybe it's a whole pack of jetmen.
Yeah, I mean, there's some
jetpackmen.
There's some smart people out there.
Is this guy smart? I don't know that I get on a jetpack and go 5,000 foot above Los Angeles.
Well, I mean,
and you're in flight patterns at that point.
Yeah, I know. It's really, really high.
Yeah.
But again, it's like you get smart people and they're bored. They're going to do whatever. I mean, that's literally the plot to Iron Man. So.
Yeah. Well, Jetpack Man, you've got some stiff competition from old anesthesiologist sex doctor.
Oh, he's my Wednesday of the week.
Okay. All right.
Oh,
well, we're not.
100%.
I guess it's because Jetpack Man is technically unidentified. We can't give the onesie of the week to an unidentified man.
Yeah. And not even that.
Makes sense.
The anesthesiologist is accountable. I like that in a guy.
I mean, kind of.
And he's like, yeah, I did it. Like,
and it's shameful.
And he took full blame.
Shameful.
Full blame.
Full blame.
Yeah, good for him.
You know what? I take full blame for this episode. I'll do better next week.
That was great.
Next week, I didn't say that much. Next week is Halloween. Maybe we'll have a Halloween special. I think this might be. Are we
gonna dress up?
I don't know. Maybe.
I kind of want to do it. I don't know. I don't really have a costume.
I don't either. But it will be our first show actually released on Halloween.
I already know what I want to be. I want to be the suitcase they put poop in. That'd be great.
Aim high, buddy. Aim high. All right, man. That's all the time we got for this week.
I'm
Everyone,
presidential Poocase.
like, share, subscribe, follow, donate, do whatever you need to do to keep this little show going. We really appreciate it.
Do you think there was an
We would really appreciate it.
Do you think there was an instance where somebody somehow got a hold of Putin's poop and was like, how much money do you think we could sell this for? Because clearly people want it because they're putting it in a suitcase. So it's like, hey,
I guess
I could sell
it's got
Putin's
some
poop.
sort of intrinsic value, I'm sure. Yeah.
That's funny to me. How much money do you think it'd go? I bet like 20 grand.
15 rubles.
I don't know. How is that, like $4?
I don't know.
But yeah, I think 20 grand US dollars.
Well, you're setting the market right now. Bye, everyone.